1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. Neptune and Aquarius. So with Neptune and Aquarius, you might find that the groups of people that you associate yourself with could be your own undoing. And this is because you're not able to see them for who they really are, for what they really are. Because Aquarius has to do with groups, the groups that we associate ourselves with. And Neptune has to do with dreams, delusions, illusions, creativity, spirituality, prisons, and hospitals, to name a few. So with Neptune and Aquarius having to do with their small groups of friends, like you may project onto your groups and not see them for who they are. And what comes to mind is this guy that I knew who had a roommate that would always throw these parties at the house with a bunch of guys. And something happened one day where he came home from work and they had a girl in the room who came over to get some weed for free. But then when she got there, she didn't know that they were planning to make her have sex with all of them in order to get that weed. And basically he came home, she was in the room, and they were going back and forth taking turns. And basically everybody who was in the house, even the ones that weren't in the room, they all basically went to prison for a very long time. And I know that's a bit dramatic, but I think you guys need this story. Like, I trust what my higher self says. Like in these videos, it's almost like a channeling experience. So somebody needs to hear this message. So when it comes to this placement, you need to be very careful when it comes to the friends that you subscribe to, because it's easy for you to project onto them and see them in rose-colored glasses. So say you're a young person watching this and your family members tell you to stay away from a certain group that you're dealing with. Maybe they can see something that you can't see, because it's going to be hard for you to see reality for what it is when it comes to groups, even when it comes to other Aquarian-like things, which is being a humanitarian. Aquarian energy is a humanitarian energy. And even though Aquarian energy is so complicated, because Aquarians don't care for people like that, only because they feel misunderstood and feel overlooked and the rejects of society, even though they are extremely innovative. So it's like they don't care for people like that because the way how they feel people view them, but at the same time, they can't help but feel the need to give back and take care of people. So because of that, basically you might give way more than you have to give, and in return, cause yourself to be homeless. Another thing that comes to mind is the man who goes out to basically help the drowning person, and instead they drown themselves. Instead of standing back and saying, okay, maybe I can throw something to them, instead of just bringing myself out there and my body being a raft. It's like in the process of helping, you don't think about, all the things. You just do it because the whole rose-colored glass situation. And another thing with Aquarian energy is how Aquarius likes to escape and detach. You might not be able to see how the way you detach and escape really affects your relationship. So you might think that people just reject you all the time, or they cut you off, or they're acting funny, when in all reality, you might come in and out, but don't see how your comings in and out are negatively affecting your relationships. What I love about this placement is basically Aquarian energy to me is this innovative energy. And in order to innovate, you have to rebel. You have to rebel from the norm in order to bring something new. And Neptune being here, it's like you guys are inventors. To me, you guys are the ones that would come up with the idea of the cell phone, where, you know, say we're living in the past and you're sharing this idea with someone and they're like, oh, Stacy is so freaking weird. Like, she's talking about a device that you can see other people on. What kind of contraption is that? What are they going to do? Like, trap spirits in there? How are you going to see? You know what I mean? Like, that's just a random example where it's like you have the ability to connect to higher realms, and then the rebellious nature when it comes to this placement, you know, tapped in with that channeling ability. It's like it creates this really authentic type of situation where you can basically create designs, just basically be so creative and inventive. And it doesn't have to be a creative self-expression as in the sense of being an artist. It could just be a philosophy of view. And Aquarian energy has to do with technology. So basically the phone idea was a great idea when it comes to that. It's like you guys have the ability to basically see and create and invent things that other people can't even think of right now. And that's some of the things that I love about this placement. And in order to keep this video short, I'm going to stop right there. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.